Okay, so this is obviously your dashboard. We first want to be going through packages, which can be found under settings, packages over here. So a common misconception between packages and contracts. So contracts itself is an agreement between two parties that creates an obligation to perform or not perform a certain duty and is intended to be enforceable by law. A package is a bundle of sessions that can be used to access certain classes. It's a common misconception we have, but packages itself are bundles of sessions that are used to access certain classes. And as you can see here, I'm just going to move this up a bit. You'll see we have package categories and package management. So what I will start with is package management, and this is where you create your packages. Some call it memberships, we like to call it packages. So you'll see here, there are 3 different types of packages loaded, and you'll see they all have different package types. What are the differences between those? So if I click create new over here, and I give this package a name, I'm just going to say package 1. I'm going to select a package type of limited, and I'm going to say 1 session. What this refers to, what a limited package refers to, is a once-off package. So if someone purchases a limited package that has 1 session assigned to it, they'll be able to use that 1 session, but once that 1 session has been used up, they'll then need to purchase another package or top up their existing package. Weekly and monthly, as you can see, are reoccurring packages. This has nothing to do with how your member is going to be billed. It refers to how the sessions are released per package. So for example, if we select weekly reoccurring and there's 1 session assigned to it, what that means is each calendar week, on Monday, the number of sessions that are over here will be released to the member. So every Monday, a member that is on a weekly package will have 1 session released to them. Monthly works exactly the same. This just means each calendar month, they'll have X amount of sessions released to them. Okay. So you obviously add a description, select a price. If you would like a top-up price, this is optional. You can add a top-up price. So for example, if we have a monthly reoccurring package with, let's just say, 2 sessions over here and a top-up price of 50 Rand, what that means is if a member uses up their 2 sessions within the month, they can pay an additional 50 Rand and they will get a 3rd session on top of the 2 that they've used. You'll see here, there's a default period, and what this refers to is the amount of time that this package will remain active on the member's profile from point of purchase. So if a member purchases a package and it has a default period, let's say of 1 month, you'll notice there you can have weeks or months, however you would like to run it. Let's just say 1 month over here. What this means is if I go and I purchase this package today on the 22nd, then this package will remain active until the 22nd of June. Okay, at which point it will then be deactivated. I'll show you in a bit how you can view the start and end dates on packages through specific members' profiles, because remember, the default period is specific to when the member purchased the package. Okay. You'll see here, there are options to add a category to your package, and this refers to how the package will show on your sign-up widget. So if you have a large number of packages, for example, and you would like to split them up so it's easier for your members to filter through the packages to find the package they want to sign up to, you can add categories. So I've added CrossFit and yoga. You can select either. It is optional. You don't have to select a category. Yeah, and then you can prioritize it within the category as well, which I won't be doing today. And then you'll see here 2 very important options. you have display packages on sign up widget and allow purchase of package through Octiv mobile app. So if we deselect that, that means that this package will no longer show up on your sign up widget. So what does that mean? That means new members signing up to your facility won't be able to select this package. If this is selected and this isn't, what that means is that your existing members who have already signed up will be able to purchase this package and new members will not. If both are selected, then both new members and existing members will be able to access or purchase this package rather. Okay. Obviously, if this is not selected, what that means is only new members can select this package. So often what we find is clients like to market certain packages just to new members signing up and vice versa. Existing members that have signed up, maybe discounts are allowed or whatever the case may be. Okay. You can also prevent staff members from assigning given packages to members. So if you're creating like a once-off package for someone, you can select this option here. Maybe you have a free package for athletes, sponsored athletes that are at your facility or whatever the case may be. You can select this option here. Okay. So again, you are able to click actions here. When you create a package, the most important next step is to assign it access to classes. So you'll see here, if we click actions and navigate to manage classes, you then select the location. And then under the location you've selected, you'll then see what access this package has. So currently this package has access to every class on the schedule. If you are creating packages for specific classes, you can deselect certain classes you don't want members on this package to access. Yeah. So you can limit or grant access to members through that function. Okay, so that's creating your packages. You also have manage programs and manage locations. It works exactly the same as manage classes. You can grant access to certain programs and certain locations. If you deactivate a package, you can always find the package under the deactivated section here. And you can always reactivate a package. One important thing to note, however, is if you deactivate a package, an active package, and there are existing members that are on that package and you deactivate it, they will lose their package. So it's always important to note that if you are deactivating a package, you first want to make sure that members on that package have all been moved over to a new package or whatever. Okay, so how you can check that is under members manage, where we'll be heading to now. So members manage. You obviously have a bunch of different filters up top here. So if you are looking to deactivate a package via settings packages, you can always filter to that package to make sure no one is on that package before deactivating. Okay. So if I jump back here, I'm now going to show you how you can assign these packages that have just been created. So if I go to Bart Simpson, for example, and navigate to packages, you'll see Bart Simpson already has 2 packages active on his profile. You can see by the status as well as the start and end dates here. So as you can see, this package here has a 6-month default period. So the date Bart Simpson signed up for this package, it will default to 6 months later. The end date will default to 6 months later. These start and end dates can always be amended via actions edit. You can then go and change the end date, or you can simply get rid of the end date so that it is on rolling. Yeah. Awesome. So if we are wanting to add an additional package to Bart Simpson's profile, we say create new. We can say packages. Let's say we're going to give him the weekly package. You select a start date. So let's say yesterday, for example, and you'll see it defaults to 6 months because this package has a default period of 6 months. You see an option here. You can generate an invoice when adding a package to a member's profile, or you can simply just say submit and it will add the package without creating an invoice. If we would like to have an invoice created, we can tick this option over here, and then you'll get a bunch of options over here. So if, for example, Bart Simpson has come into your facility and he has paid at the facility for a new package, what you can do is you can go to payment types over here and you can record that payment on this invoice already. So you don't need to, after this invoice is generated, you don't need to navigate to accounts invoices to go and manually recon this invoice that has been created. You can show how they paid as card, for example, and then say submit over here. If they have not paid, you can select to just generate an invoice. That will generate an unpaid invoice, or you can request for them to pay via an ad hoc payment link. Okay. These options here will obviously create a paid invoice. These options an unpaid invoice. Okay. If a member has 2 packages, what will happen if both packages have access to the same class? So let's say Bart Simpson is accessing a class that is attending a class that both packages have access into. What will happen on the system is the system will take the session from the primary package, the package that is the oldest on the system, the package that they have signed up to first. So in this case, it will be the 1st of May, and the session will be deducted from this package. Once these sessions are used up, it will then default to the next available package and take a session from there. Okay, awesome. Okay. So that is packages, assigning packages to members. I now want to go through your schedule. So I'm going to go to scheduling over here, calendar. And you will see your calendar view over here. Obviously, you have your different filters up top, as well as your monthly, weekly, day, and list view of your calendar. So for example, if we select monthly, you can go through your monthly calendar and see your classes on each day. I know most of you do use, obviously, a laptop when you are accessing your staff profile, but one recommendation for those that utilize your staff profile on your mobile phone, what I find is quite easy or makes the view a bit easier is the list view over here. If you are using your mobile device and not a laptop, obviously it's preferable to use your laptop, but if you are if you aren't able to get to your laptop and using your phone, you can use the list view over there. Okay. So in terms of your schedule, you'll see we have a schedule already set up here, but there are a few ways in which you can create a class. You can simply click on a time on the calendar itself, and that will take you to a class creation view. Or what you can do is up top here, you have create new. If I click on that, you will see your class creation pops up over here. So you have a class schedule and a session schedule. Originally, these were designed to split up group classes and PT sessions. You can still utilize it that way. Both schedules work exactly the same. So what a lot of our clients like to do is to split their group classes and their PT sessions on 2 different schedules, especially if they have a lot of trainers and a lot of classes that will appear on the schedule. That is an option. Okay, so we're going to create a class today. I'm just going to say class 1. You select your location, a trainer. You have the option for supporting trainer. I'm not going to select a supporting trainer. You can select whether you want your trainer to display on the class so that your members can see who's taking a certain session or class. Is this class free? So if by default, no will always be selected, but if you select yes over here, what will happen is when a member books into this class, a session will not be deducted from their package. So in essence, a free class. Okay. You have your location tags here, which you can add similar to packages. It helps you filter on your calendar through the filters on top of your schedule. I'm not going to add a location tag for now. You can add a description, so what the member can expect in this class. You can add that description over there. You have this scheduling tab over here. Okay, so this is quite important. You have once-off sessions and reoccurring sessions. The difference between the two is once-off will only appear on the dates selected at a time selected. So if we select 5 a.m., for example, this class that we are now creating will only show up on the 22nd of May at 5 a.m. If I select reoccurring, I can then select Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, for example, and let's say 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. This class is going to run, and what date we want this series to start from, so that we can select today, and then an end date. Again, that's optional. You do not have to add an end date. But if an end date is added, what will happen is this class will show up every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday until that end date is reached. At that point, it'll obviously then deactivate and it will no longer show up on your schedule. Okay, I'm going to leave an end date open for now. We are now going to move to the third point here, which is your bookings. You'll see you have an option for virtual classes. So this is classes that are run online, so through Zoom, Google Meets, however you like to run your virtual classes. For those who are signed up with Vitality and their members are earning points through Vitality, if you select yes to a virtual class, your members will still receive points. However, you will manually need to check them into the class and they will receive 50 points as opposed to their 100 points for an online class. Okay, but we are not going to select an online class for now. Again, if you do select an online class as yes, you can add a meeting link in here, which is viewable for your members. They can click on that and they can access the online class through Zoom, Google Meets, however you want to do it. Okay. And then obviously you can make that this class is not visible through the members app. So in that case, if you say no, and your class will not show up on the members app, then staff members would need to manually book these members into each and every class. Okay. Class capacity is quite self-explanatory. If we select 10 as a class capacity, what that means is only a maximum of 10 members can attend that class. If the capacity is reached, members will then be added onto a waiting list. When a session frees up in the class, the member will shift into the class as soon as there's available spot. This works on a first come, first serve basis. So if you are the first one on the waiting list, you'll be the first one to shift into the class itself. Booking threshold. So what does a booking threshold refer to? If we have a booking threshold, let's say of 1 hour, what that means is an hour prior to the class starting. So from 4 a.m., no one can book into that class. So from 4 to 5, an hour prior to the class, booking is halted and no more people can book into that class. This allows you to obviously plan your class, as well as allow members enough time to actually get to your class. Okay. Cancellation threshold. Again, if we select an hour for cancellation threshold, what that means is if a member cancels within an hour prior to the class starting, so between 4 and 5 a.m., if they choose to cancel, they will still be charged a session. The members will be aware of this when they click cancel on a class and it's within the cancellation threshold. They'll get a prompt on their phone saying that this falls within the cancellation threshold. If you choose to cancel, you will be deducted a session, and they'll be able to opt in or opt out of that after that prompt. Okay. Meeting link URL, we have gone through that. And then you'll see here, similar to when we created our package, you have the ability when creating classes to assign a package to this class. Again, this is which packages have access to the class I am creating. So as it stands, only the unlimited package will have access to the class. So all the members that are on this specific package will have access to the class. The members on these two will not have access to this class. Okay. I'm going to say submit over here. And then from Wednesday, you'll see here class 1. Okay. Again, you'll see that there are 2 classes at the same time. You can have a number of different classes running at the same time. Obviously, if there is, for example, you can see here, there's a Pilates class and a Blaster class at the same time with the same staff member. So if I'm wanting to change just one of these classes to show a different staff member, I can click on one of them. I can say actions. I have 2 options here. I have edit instance and edit series. So edit instance would be the once-off class that we referred to. So if I had to click edit instance here, it would only edit this class on Wednesday, the 22nd at 7 a.m. It won't edit every class going forward on the series. Okay, so if I say edit instance here, I'll be able to then change the trainer to someone else. Okay. Also, important to note, I know we do have a public holiday coming up, so some clients will be closing their facility down over those times. So I'm just going to move this out the way. Oh, sorry about that. Change this back. Okay. Okay. So we have bulk actions over here under calendar. What bulk actions allow you to do is to make changes to class instances. So that is not the class series, but rather individual classes on a given date and time. So for example, voting day next Wednesday, we are going to filter to next Wednesday. So you'll see here, I've just got date from, day 2 is the same day. All the classes on that day will show up over here. And if I want to clear the calendar for that day, I will simply bulk select and I can delete these classes on that day. Again, this will only change the class instance and it will not affect the class series. Okay. So if I jump back to your calendar over here, you will then see on Wednesday, all the classes have now been cleared. Okay. If we jump back to this current week, you'll see there are currently bookings here. So you'll see that there's 1 of 10 that have booked into the yoga class. If I hover over it, I can see who has booked into that class. If I click on the class itself, I can see over here who has booked into the class. I know a lot of clients like showing this on a big screen or whatever within the facility. And in that case, they might not want to show exactly what is outstanding or the package information of a member booked into a class. You can choose to hide package details over here. And that will hide the member's package as well as outstanding amounts and things like that. Okay, so another nice feature here is if, for example, Bart Simpson comes up to me and says, I didn't book into this class, I don't know what happened, please could you look into it? You can always navigate to the class in question. You can then hover over this eye icon, and then you can see exactly who created the class. So that created would be the person who made the booking, and if it was updated. So those fall at the same time, so there hasn't been an update since then. Okay. Again, when members come and attend your session, they will obviously click check in next to the class that they've booked. They'll scan your QR code and they'll check themselves in. However, if they don't do that, or they've forgotten their device or whatever the case may be, you as a staff member can mark them as checked in or no show over here. So you can manually check in the member by clicking the tick. They'll then receive a notification saying that they've been checked in. If you select no show, they'll receive a no show email. You can also message everyone that is booked into the class. Yeah. So if we are manually wanting to book members into the class as a staff member, you can also click on add bookings. You will then see a list of members to book into the class. From here, you can click book and they will shift into the class. If they don't have a package assigned to them, you can from here manage their packages and add a package to their profile. So if I click on manage packages here, I'll be redirected to their profile. And as you can see here, they have a package, but it does not have access to the class. So I can go and create new again and follow the same steps we have just gone through, adding a new package, etc. Okay. Cool. I think we've touched on most things. Again, quite a nice feature as well as if I click on a member as an example. From the member's profile, you have view attendance report. So if a member is asking you how many sessions have they attended this month, which sessions, or they're refuting that let's say they're on a package that allows them 4 sessions and they're saying that they've only attended 2 sessions of the 4, but the system is saying that they can't book anymore. What you can do is you can go to view attendance report. Sorry, let me go from here. View attendance report. And then from here, you can filter the date range and you can see exactly how many bookings this member has. So if I click on the number here, we can see exactly what class they booked into, and what date and what time. You can also see things like late cancellations. So a late cancellation refers to members canceling within that cancellation threshold that I touched on earlier. If they cancel within that cancellation threshold, they will be deducted a session and that would fall under late cancellations. Okay. Awesome, guys. I think that's the majority of it. Izan, Sasha, I don't know if you guys want to add anything that I missed.
Thanks, Ed. Maybe you can just quickly touch on if a member wants to upgrade their packages, what's the best way to do that? Upgrade or downgrade?
Okay. So if we go to members manage over here, let me touch on 2 different things. So one important thing, sorry, before I get there, I'm going to go to settings, packages over here. If we are wanting to increase our price of our packages, so year end comes and we are wanting to increase certain prices of certain packages, it is important before moving members over to a new package to make sure if we go to actions edit on a certain package, I touched on this briefly, but you have display on Octiv sign-up widget and display through the Octiv app. It's important to know that this is for existing members and this is for new members. So what is done in this case, if we have a price increase and the package is staying identical, what you would do in this case is you would create an identical package. You would increase the price. So let's say it's going to be 1,100. And then you would take it off, you would add it to your sign-up widget and then remove the old package from your sign-up widget. What that means is that new members can only access the package with the increased price, and old members will then need to purchase the increased price package. Okay. If I go to members manage now, Bart Simpson, and I go to packages. Okay, so let's add some end dates here just to make it a bit easier. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to deactivate this package. So for example, Bart Simpson is currently on the 3-session weekly package, and he's told you that from the 1st of June, he wants to move over to an unlimited package. What you can do is you first go and add an end date over here on this package. I'll go actions edit. We will add an end date of the 1st of June. The reason I select the 1st of June is how Octiv works is when an end date is reached, it is deactivated at 12 a.m. in the morning. So if I selected an end date of the 1st and then a start date of the 1st, those packages will overlap and Bart will be able to book continuously through. If I select an end date of the 30th of May, what that means is that when the 30th of May is reached, the package will deactivate and there will be a day that Bart will not be able to book. So I'm going to submit this. And then he wants to upgrade to an unlimited package from the 1st of June. So I'm going to say create new here. I'm going to select the unlimited package, and I'm going to select a start date of the 1st of June. And it's going to be open-ended. Okay. I'm not going to generate an invoice for this. I'm taking you through that. As you'll see here, he has an active package that he's currently on, which runs to the 1st of June, and then his upgraded package from the 1st of June, which is open-ended. This is inactive. When the start date is reached, this will change to active, and this will change to inactive. Okay. Awesome. Cool, guys. Is there anything else is on? Sash, anything else you want me to touch on?
All good on our side, thank you. But maybe questions.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So that concludes our session. We are awesome. Cool. I think we can end there. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.